Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today I'd like to take you on a drive on our 1969 Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda. Please take the time and also watch the showroom video that I will do of this car, where I'll go into more depth explaining the car itself, its overall condition, and just go through some details on the car. Also, we'll do a cold start video so you can see the car when we start it cold. And also we'll do a lot of photographs of this car. So please take the time and look carefully at all the photos. This car is a no reserve auction, so it will be sold in this auction. It's a car that has strong points and some weak points, which I'd like to cover all of those as well as I possibly can for you. First of all, it starts right up. The car is eager and happy. It always starts quite easily. It's a car that I purchased out of Atlanta, Georgia. The fellow had owned it since 1997. He was originally in St. Louis, then moved to Georgia. It was just a nice driving car. He maintained it rather nicely. I can see where he did the exhaust system and did some other, kept up with maintenance on the car. And it shows. When you drive the car, it actually drives quite well. So as we go across the instrumentation and the dash, let's see, the wipers work. Wipers are wiping. Horn beeps. The tachometer is working over there. Of course, the headlights, all the lights and everything function on the car. The fuel gauge is working. Oil pressure is working. Typical Mercedes, they're usually pegged or close to that. It's cold outside today, so we're in the low 30s today. The temperature's great, what you would expect. The speedometer and odometer are functioning properly. The car shows about 3,000 miles. It just rolled over, so it's 103. Importantly, on one of these cars, all of these slide controls are functioning. We are nice and toasty warm in the car today. It's nice and warm. It has a modern Kenwood CD stereo, which does function. It's also Bluetooth. And right now today, the clock is working. I rarely say that because they just don't work a lot of times in the old cars, but this car's clock is functioning. It does have the under-dash air conditioning unit. The blower does work. It is fully hooked up, but the compressor is frozen. So when I turn the temperature on the air conditioning, the compressor clutch engages, but the compressor will not turn. Currently, there's no belt on it, so to get the air conditioning to function, it would need a new compressor and then to be recharged. But it's all here. Presumably, it would work. We will point out all the cosmetic details, but just for today, where we're sitting, the wood was refinished, nicely done. The speaker grill here, the wood that's up against the windshield is quite nice. That was refinished and is high gloss finish, and it looks very nice. So, let's go for a drive. Obviously, this car is an automatic. As far as I know, it's the original motor in the car, the original transmission. It runs and drives just like it should. It's peppy. The engine is smooth. It has a typical Mercedes earlier SL shift points. They shift a little later than you think. So it revs up. There we go. Shifted at 2,500. Shift at 3, but I had my foot into it a little bit there. The steering and suspension are nice on the car. The turn-in is nice. Suspension is nice and smooth. I can see, and you'll see underneath, the shocks are relatively new on the car. You see that in the photo, so the dampening is nice. Not sure if I showed you. The horn works also. So all the controls are working on the car. The brakes are good. The discs are working properly. Brakes are nice and smooth. There's no shimmying or anything in the wheel. Of course, we have the soft top and the hard top, and we'll take extensive photos of all of that. It's just a nice old 280 SL. The fellow that I bought the car from did have it repainted in the color that the car was in when he received it, although I suspect It was a burgundy car originally, I think. But it really runs along nicely. The engine feels just appropriate. Nice power. So please take the time and listen to the showroom video. I'll go into more depth about this particular car. I think it's going to be a great price point opportunity for someone to buy one of these cars. It has some really nice attributes about it, but I want to talk about there were some earlier rust repairs done on the car that are, I think, substandard, and it does need some other rust remediation done to the car. I'll be very clear about that, which I'll talk about in the showroom video. But if you've been thinking about one of these cars and don't want to be spending $70,000 or $80,000, this may be a good one to look at. It looks great, it drives well, and just a fun car. So thanks for coming along, and I'll see you in the showroom video.